As you get older and you go through certain health issues, and family becomes even more important. I lost my mom. My mom was 67 when she passed away due to heart issues. So family's become real important to me. And my job, I love my job. I consider this an extension of my family, what I do here at Western. About a year ago, I was actually experiencing some pretty painful right knee pain, and come to find out that I'm close to bone on bone in the interior part of my knee. So we scheduled a knee replacement for July. And of course, before you go in for a major surgery, you have to go for a pre-op. So I went in to see Dr. Bell and get my pre-op done. And I've been very upfront with my docs in the last 10 to 15 years, ever since my mom passed away, that I do have a family history of heart. So we've kind of monitored it. And I remember him saying to me, "You look good, you ready for the surgery?" And he says, "If you experience any shortness of breath, just let me know." Because in the back of my head, I'm going, I've been experiencing shortness of breath probably for about 2-3 years. And I figured it was, I'm getting older, I'm out of shape, and I'm carrying too many pounds. And it just happened one day. It's a beautiful day. I figured, okay, I'm gonna walk from the conference center back to my hotel, a little less than a mile away. No big deal, just me, my own pace. So I started back, and I got about halfway, and I'm going, whew, I'm getting warm, and my breath started getting laboring, and I'm like, oh, man, this is weird. I get back to my hotel, and I sit down. It took 30 or 45 minutes for me to catch my breath and to cool down. So when I got back to Jackson, I made an appointment to see Dr. Bell, went in to see him, and he said, well, based on your history, based on this, it wouldn't hurt for us to do the stress test. Okay. That afternoon, I got a phone call, and when you pass your stress test, you actually fail it. And he said, we need to make an appointment with your cardiologist. Your test came back, and there's some irregularities. We get to the cath lab. We do the cath, and I remember waking up in the cath lab, and doc said, yep, you have 100% blockage in your left descending artery, and you have a 60% blockage in one of your posterior arteries. You're going to need a bypass. And my daughter leans over to my wife, and I hear her say, that's the widowmaker. And that was tough. I took it well. My wife, it was really rough on her, especially that first week. She broke down several times. But at that point, he said, you do need a double bypass. And they did a great job of preparing us beforehand. We had to do classes with the PA, Sarah, the PA, and Dr. Simonetti in Maka's office. So they told us what to expect. So my wife knew what to expect, so when it happened, she wasn't freaked out. I was real impressed with Henry Ford Allegiance. From Dr. Simonetti and Maka to the PAs, to the nurses on the floor. To me, I always felt comfortable and cared for. One of the first nurses I encountered was Cammie, which is Scott's wife. And I did not know, Scott's the superintendent at Homer, I did not know that Scott had open heart surgery when he was in his 30s. I remember Cammie saying, well, Scott got out in 3 days. I'm like, wait a minute, I want out in 3 days. And I remember on the third day, Cammie came in, and my O2 level wasn't as high as what they prefer it to be before they release you. And that was the only thing stopping me from getting released. And she worked with me that morning. She made me do extra breathing exercises. And I remember about 11 o'clock, Dr. Simonetti and Brad, the PA, coming in, and Dr. Simonetti shaking his head going, I don't like the superintendent competition business. But sure enough, everything was where it was okay, and they did release me. So I give a lot of credit to Scott. I have been working on cardio. I have been doing some weightlifting, and again, trying to get more exercise and just keep that heart pumping.